Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Carlson from the Grove Animal Hospital and Holistic Center, and this is case number 01723, doing custom holistic testing for licking paws and chewing. And so this is the what and why. So what is it? It's licking paws and chewing. We know where it's on the paws, but at the same time why. So if we kind of take a step into the analysis, we can see that the nervous system is affected. Now the nervous system has the pituitary and pineal sensory response and the thyroid, which was affected as well. So we got neurohormones that are imbalanced. They're affecting the nervous system. The nervous system supports the spleen, which supports the lungs, which supports the kidney. The kidney has feedback control on the nervous system as well. And so we look at the root cause of the licking is nervous system first. Allergies become a tipping point for the inflammation. And overall, represented by this diagram, creates heat. And that heat is transferred in dogs. Most of the heat is released into the paws, and that's where the heat and inflammation and the licking come from to try to cool it down. So the treatment is, first of all, we want to control the nervous system with B12. B12 helps to reduce the GI inflammation, also helps to reduce the nervous system because the GI tract is 80% of the immune system, has its own nervous system, and so by using B12 we can control that. Also, secondly, we've already started the herbal remedy, which is designed to reduce heat in the body, so it's going to work over here on this diagram. And then finally, the custom holistic part of this is we're actually going to rebalance the areas I talked about. We're going to come down here and take these bottom two, the allergies and the nervous system, and TW3 is the sensory and then spleen, and we're going to custom infuse that into a product called DrainPar. And by infusing DrainPar, we're going to choose the bottom two and the top two. If we try to do it all at once, it's going to cause a healing crisis and make the patient uncomfortable. So we want to make sure that we're just doing a few at a time. By balancing these two and these two, we're going to see an eventual correction of all these numbers over a course of 3 months. So B12 works more on the short term, herbs kind of work as the intermediate, and then finally the DrainPar is going to work on the long term. Once we get back to correction, then what's going to happen is that the body's going to start recreating normal health again by recovering and restoring health. So it's an interesting case, and I've really enjoyed working with her because at the same time the body is a unique mechanism, and when it goes out of balance, once we put it back in, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to helping her.
All right. And we're still waiting on the sensitivities?
Yes, we're still waiting on the sensitivities at this point. What that's going to do is help us to try to understand the tipping point, because allergies by itself doesn't create this. It's nearly a support point or a tipping point for this whole mechanism here.
And this is based on traditional Chinese medicine.
Right. Traditional Chinese medicine for the diagram, homeopathic medicine for the IHT portion of this. But the idea is, what is the root cause of the way that this particular patient is expressing the problem? And so once we look at where it's coming from, where the root origin is, we can start working over here, get this balance, so then the patient's doing a better job on its own.